right, let's talk about easy ways to get clients without any cold calling, especially as stagers and designers. And I have been training now for over 20 years. I am dating myself, but I have to tell you, I want to encourage you that most of the things I'm going to tell you, most stagers and designers are not doing. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you're going to learn. We're going to talk about how the struggle is real when it comes to kind of understanding marketing and what really will make sense for our business, how to create a signature brand that attracts clients. I have a formula for that. Some Google advertising, social media advertising do's and don'ts. I'm seeing a lot of mistakes out there. Example funnels, promotions you can easily set up to kind of automate your marketing, how to streamline it, your social media, how to post in a way that gets people's attention. Mistakes I see kind of stagers and designers make in the marketing, putting it all on autopilot, using technology so that a lot of your marketing struggle goes away. Does that sound good? Putting your marketing more on autopilot so you don't feel like you're spinning your wheels. Yeah. How many of you on the line put me feel like sometimes you're just spinning your wheels when it comes to social media and marketing? Yeah, I get it. I get it. And I do too. So I have been there. And I'm going to talk about all this great stuff. And if I give you a lot of good marketing stuff, is it okay if I tell you about a social media product that I have that might be a good fit for you to automate some of your social media? If that's okay in the chat, go ahead and put yes. All right. I can see some of you are just used to the way I do this. If you don't know me, for those of you that don't, I'm Audra Slinky, president of the Home Staging Resource, and I started kind of the first mixed media online staging and redesign training back in 2006 after I had my own staging business. I still do. My sister has her staging business today. I've shared the stage with Barbara Corcoran, Sabrina Soto, Vern Yip. I speak at every RISA convention. I've won some wonderful awards, but the thing that I really, really love is helping people like you who love design start successful staging and design businesses or even run successful staging and design businesses. And I do that through these trainings. And marketing is a key part of that. So if you've seen this logo, those are my people. I have a color training, a staging training, an e-design training, my social media, and we do websites. I have 5 products that are designed to help people make money. All right. Who is this for? You are in the right place. If you are a new stager or designer, if you're even thinking about the industry and you're wondering how you would even market this, is this something that's very sustainable? I've got lots of advice for you. Even my real estate agents looking into getting into staging, how they would market their services, and of course, my veteran stagers and designers who are feeling sometimes a little bit of the ebb and flow with their business when it comes to marketing, and they want to automate pieces of it. So, how many of you on the chat would like to command higher prices for your design services? How many of you want to raise your prices? Go ahead and put me in the chat. And I don't know anyone that really doesn't. But what I do notice is people don't always realize that the correlation between getting better prices all connects with you having a marketing pipeline of clients kind of working with you. Though that wait list, if you will, those ideal secret. And that really is the secret. So marketing is the secret to getting those better prices. It's much easier to say no when you have 10 other clients behind them. I love Lisa's using the emojis. That's awesome. I get it. So that brings me to a story for you because I love to share like a key story in all my workshops because I find that that really helps with resonates. And I share this story kind of in my last blog post. But it's really about Eve, and it's a little bit different than what you may be used to. Because when I met Eve, when she started, she took my staging and redesign training when I first met her. And she had told me that she's a US Army veteran, her and her husband, and she was a court reporter, stenographer for 25 plus years. And she told me that every day towards the end there, when she'd walk into that courtroom, she felt a little bit of herself just die inside because she's a creative. We're all kind of creatives. We're meant to kind of work our creative juices. And I know you all, especially on this line, are, because most of you probably have staging and design businesses. And she just felt dead inside doing a job that had zero creativity. And she got so desperate that she went to her lovely husband and said, I'm just so done. I'm ready to get a job at the local diner for minimum wage. I just can't go into the courtroom anymore. That's when she found my training, and that's when she kind of implemented, most importantly, all the marketing that I recommended in my training. So, flash forward, and I'm going to share some of what she's done. And that's why this is a story that will resonate with you on the marketing. Flash forward to today. Just a couple months ago, she sent me an email and she's all, look, girl, I'm on my feed. Here's my social media feed. And look who I'm sharing it with. Her social media ad was right next to my ad. She's like, I'm right next to you. Look at us. And it was just kind of a fun conversation. And then I said, well, how are things going? How are things going in your business? And she's like, whoa, I know you're busy. I'm busy, busy. But I want to tell you to thank you for opening up a whole new world for me and my husband. We are now staging, designing, redesigning, consulting for paint colors. I'm a real estate agent and I manage over 30 short-term rentals and 5 long-term rentals, and still growing. On those short-term and long-term rentals, and I know that may not even be what you want to do in your business, but and I'll bear with me here. She makes 20 to 30% of their earnings. So she's making bank. This is kind of what I said. I talked to the most successful stagers and designers, and I'm going to outline to you the marketing that they are doing to make this 7+ figures. So she even said, she continues to say, we now have several teams of people that works with her business, and they're adding on. And she recently hired an operations manager. Talk about big time. Her website, she has her website through us, and she has the social media I'm going to tell you about through us. She's like, my website, my social media is the talk of the town. Thank you, thank you, thank you for helping me embark on my second act in life. So I love her story, but it shows you kind of how quickly she not only now she's ended up hiring, she went from going to be the local diner waitress to now her whole family works with her and she has lots of hires. So it's pretty awesome, but she did the marketing engine that I'm going to talk about. So let's talk about you. Have you been struggling with getting clients? Or maybe you're afraid to even just get into an industry because you just don't want a cold call. How many of you hate cold calling? Just go ahead in the chat. It's me. I mean, I remember I took an outside sales job. I quit it literally a week later because I couldn't even get myself to walk in the door and cold call. Just not my wheelhouse, not my wheelhouse. Don't worry. This is why I work so hard so that none of my stagers or anyone have to do that their phone is ringing. Marketing is connecting subtly with prospects and clients, reminding them that you're there regularly, and getting to that know, like, and trust zone. And it doesn't happen immediately. So I always have to say that, because if you sent like that big email and you got crickets, don't worry. It's 7 touches. It's about slowly connecting and growing and automating a lot of that. One thing I wanted to tell you that I should have mentioned at the end of Eve's email to me, she said, my phone is ringing off the hook. And I love that she mentioned that, because that's my goal for you guys. The good news, home stagers have this wonderful, easy target market that we can focus on, but sometimes finding the best way to connect can be a struggle. So each one of your design services, staging, design, have their own individual target markets. We have to think like them, and we have to focus on what are their struggles and how can we connect with them. I love you guys in the chat. Please, please, please save any questions or anything, because I want to talk with you and I will answer your questions at the end of this. And I should have mentioned that. So let's talk about you. What in the chat, this is what I do want you to put in the chat. What marketing wise has worked for you the best? Is it ads? Is it networking? Is it face to face? Is it referrals? Go ahead in the chat. I'm just curious. And I think that helps. Is it email campaigns? Love it. Crystal says word of mouth. Certainly referrals, networking. I love it. Yeah. Past clients. That's great. That's a testament to your work. Great. And I know a lot of you don't feel like you're in your marketing sweet spot. We're going to put you in your marketing sweet spot. So I know that as a trainer, it helps for you to remember certain things when I can correlate them to an analogy. And my analogy for today, when it comes to marketing, is gardening. Now, I do not really have a green thumb, but I want you to look at marketing as gardening because I find that similar to gardening, if you do not put the work into the good soil and the watering, you're not going to end up with a really beautiful plant or flower. You're just not going to get growth. So let's talk about that. Gardening and marketing. Your prospects do need to be cultivated. I'm going to call them prospects. They're not clients yet. So, preparation, consistency, regular checks, that soil is key. And structuring signature services focused on what you love to do the most, your passion, is key. And knowing what that ideal client will be for that service is key. Because some of us get into this industry and we literally throw out every service, and frankly, you can. I mean, look at Eve. She is doing it all, but she has teams of people doing it all. But to put you in more of your sweet spot, what are we going to focus on first? What service do you love to do the most? Let's focus on really marketing, automating that one first. So that's what I want you to do. And I want you to think about who that ideal client is for that service and how do you reach them. And it was interesting because when I was at the real estate staging convention, I spoke at it recently, and I talked to my girl Erin Georgie, and she said that she had a staging design business, but she found that what she really, really loved is color consultations. She just loved the in and out of color. And you're going to hear more about her story in an interview later because I'm doing another color workshop, and I have a color workshop for any of you who are watching this replay. You can go to my website and find it. But she said that she can do like 2 to 3 a day. She's making, close to probably 1,000 a day doing 2 to 3. They're 2-hour consultations, and she just gets constant referrals. And her secret sauce is works with her local Sherwin-Williams and Benjamin Moore retail stores nearby, and she just gives them goodies. She just feeds them, treats them super well, and they refer her business constantly. And I love that because it gets back to, okay, this is what she loves to do. This is how she's going to market that, and setting that up. So kind of hone in on who that is, who that ideal client is. And then step one, we got to get a little dirty. So we got to work on our branding. We got to look beautiful. We got to automate some of those systems. Like I said, when the prep work's not done, your results will suffer. You must think like that client. What is their pain? How can you solve it? And where can you find them? And I know you've heard that before, but let that sink in because so many of us do not speak to the struggle or create that dream for them when we talk to our clients. We're more focused on telling them about what we do than really being that solution for them, speaking to what they need. So, branding, let's talk about your website. Your website is your client's first impression. This isn't, I just threw in her front page of her website. This is Eve. And branding is going to be all about you. We talk about that, putting yourself out there. But look at her tagline: stay, play, invest. She's speaking immediately to her target markets. We style, and then she, in lowercase, says what she does. But I went down and I looked at her mission, and I love that she said, looking to live the Maggie fairy tale. So she knows that her clients are like the Maggie Valley. She lives in Maggie Valley. She specializes in Maggie Valley. Maggie Valley is a high short-term rental, popular area. A lot of people love to invest in homes there and make money on their short-term rentals. So she's speaking to that person. Here's what we do. Here's how we help you. So I love that. You're speaking right away. And how many of us on our website right in the beginning have that right there on their website? And I can tell you I didn't. So I had a little bit of fun here because I went back to the Wayback Machine. This was my website in 2006. Can we all agree in the chat that trends change? Let me tell you, this was a gorgeous website in 2006 when, when green and burgundy were rocking. But since trends change, put it in the chat. Yes, they do. We have to change our websites as well. So you have to look so good that no one questions you. So for my newbies or people thinking about it, the good news is you can look so good, no one will ever question you. You appear credible, you're believable, your image just has to be gorgeous. So having that consistent, clean look that fits your style will attract your people. When you look good online, business follows. So you have to sometimes go back to the drawing board with your website, and take a fresh look at it. How good does it look? How good is your portfolio? Are your best portfolio photos right there up front? Don't feel like you got to put every portfolio photo up front, just your best. So many of my veterans, they haven't updated their portfolio. It's still like their portfolio when they were new stagers and designers, and it's not nearly as good as the work they're doing today. Swap those out. Websites, more good news, can automate your marketing for you. People are looking for that brand connection. I see way too many designer and stager websites that don't have a photo of you. People want to see you. Eve is doing it right. I told you that. Her photo is everywhere. So you have to put yourself out there. The gorgeous website plus your social media will get you traffic. Traffic to your website, traffic to your social. That is what equals success. Even if you're brand new, no one will know. And here's the good news. When you have that beautiful image, they make that connection that you're a great designer. They just automatically do. Here's the bad news. If you don't have that gorgeous image in your branding, your market materials, everything looking, the reverse, the same is true. They won't trust that you will actually know how to do great things in their home. They just make that connection. So how can they expect us to be great marketers and branders? I mean, it's not like we are, we are marketing gurus. So that's that's the tricky part. So I've got some tips for you. Well, first, let me show you what not to do, right? How many of you think that clients will love this site? And I keep it anonymous. I don't want you to know who necessarily these people are. It's just they're going to make that connection. And this one's not as bad, but some of the colors kind of clash. They're going to be like, ugh. And even this one, I mean, and I feel bad. But do you see what's wrong with this site? In my mind, it was just kind of glaring. Yeah, if you guessed, the green in the logo directly conflicts with the green in the in her branding. And those are the details that we're expected. Yeah, you guys all put green. Hard to read green. Yeah. Um, we're expected to really pay attention to those details in a home, are we not? Color is emotional, it speaks volumes. So make your brand colors kind of memorable, keep yourself coordinated and professional looking, and or have your brand professionally done. There's people that you can do that. Here's a little secret. I told you we do websites, but you don't have to buy our website. You can go to our website page, and we have already coordinated brand profiles, if you will, where we have kind of brand boards of colors that coordinate well together. And you could literally just get the hex colors for these brand boards and go, yep, that's the one I like. That's going to be my color scheme. And when I say these are the colors, these are kind of the accent colors. Certainly, you're not going to have a site that has these in spades. It's like design, right? It's that, you know, 60, 30, 10, 10. So these are kind of these beautiful brand colors, hopefully will inspire you. So you can go to this page and get that. And the other thing that this page also has is perfect font combinations, because this is another thing I see people make a mistake on in their branding. So you can kind of DIY this if you need. So I'm talking basics first, you guys. And for my veterans and stagers who are like, I've already done that, I move on. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to get to you. But this stuff you can get. And even on that page, I tell you what fonts, 25 different font connections that go well together. We have curated these. Yeah. Thank you. Sarah's like, love that. It's already there for you. Yeah, you could Google it, but we've already kind of put them all together. So you can find it. Home Staging Resource. It's our designer website product, but it's right there on the page. So you can get them. What our people do is they pick a brand, they pick a font, and then we build the site. All right. So that way you know the hex colors for your brand. And once you know those, you'll always be able to plug them in on all your branding materials. You know your fonts, you know your hex colors, and all your materials will start looking coordinated and well done. And when you're coordinating, this is kind of branding 101. That's how you become memorable. So if you want other great resources that'll help you kind of put those colors together, Canva and Color Lovers are two other wonderful ones that have schemes for branding. I keep this page up. This is crazy. This is my important links. But I have my hex colors at the top of the page because I'm always creating stuff, and you will find that you will be creating things all the time. And I'll show you what I mean, whether it's lead forms, whether it's emails, whether it's your email signatures, it's like things like that, posts. Keep your brand colors top of line. Don't get crazy. I told you, use the colors as accents, stick to trend rules, right? And my trend rule is this, and this is what you'd probably tell your clients, or you should be telling your clients. When it comes to trends, because you're going to they're going to change. Find the color that you've always loved, not the one that trends out. The color that I've always loved is navy. My colors are navy and gold. I've always loved those colors. I know they're not changing. I'm not having to redo my brand. I've redone my brand already, as you can see from my website photo, 4 times. So stick with that. Once you're clear on brand, creation comes really easy. So one of the things that I have in our staging training is kind of business cards, business brochures for agents in Canva. They're Canva templates. I'm going to give you a Canva template as a bonus tomorrow, so you'll see if you're not familiar. How many of you are not familiar with what canva.com is a marketing? And don't worry, I mean, you're not alone. If that's me, go ahead and put me. I just don't want to, yeah, most of you I would imagine no, because it is like a key marketing thing for anybody. Okay, good. Donna, or oh, she's heard of you. Okay, good. All of you guys love it. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to give you a Canva template because I just play in the template around. I love it. So we have these templates, and they're designed so that when you have them, and Canva has templates, so you can find that perfect business card template that you love and do what Jody Ann did. She just shared, and look at, she just did photos of her brochure. She swapped in her brand colors, swapped in her photo of herself and her photos. Boom, done. Because how many of you, tell me in the chat, how long it took you in your business to create your marketing materials, your just basic one, from your handouts to your business cards. How long did that take you? I mean, just go ahead in the chat and put it. Because when I started my staging and design business, it took me a month. A month. Yeah, you're okay. Good, Sarah. You don't make me feel that. I know. And that is the stuff I do not want people to be agonizing over. So you get it. Yeah, it takes forever. People don't realize stuff doesn't come easy. And branding, paying for someone to do it for you is a little pricey. I get it. So let's get to step 2 of like branding, like your dirt. We're still working on your good dirt here, and that's your portfolio. I need you to sweat over it. And hopefully you all have a gorgeous portfolio. For those of you who do not, take your time. This is what you need to do. Whether you're going to a friend's house, this is your bread and butter. You are showcasing, this is your talent. You got to showcase it. Showcase it, showcase it. I tell the story of the frustrated stager because I've had 1 or 2 stagers in my 20 years, maybe more, tell me, I've got my gorgeous website. I'm getting traffic to my website. I'm doing all of the marketing tips you told me to do, and nobody's calling me. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to their site, and I'm going to go straight to their portfolio. I'm going to look at their branding, of course, but I'm going to go to their portfolio. And if their portfolio doesn't look good, again, these are the basic things sometimes. So if your phone's not ringing and you're getting traffic to your site, I'm going to walk you through how to get traffic to your site. But if your phone's not ringing and you got it, go to their portfolio. So, because that's kind of key. It is your bread and butter. Take your time in it, and it helps you to practice photography. Do vignettes, even just do vignettes. This is how we practice our creativity. I tell them in my staging training, and these are some of the photos that people just share when they're brand new. They're cute little vignettes, and they're practicing their photography. This is just a coffee table. It's kind of fun, getting different angles, having fun with it. And you can see this is not hard to do. Here's some tips. Obviously, you're going to take pictures of the whole space, and then you're going to do the vignettes. Those close-up, those lifestyle, take different angles, get low, and you're going to do this, and this is kind of going to feed into your social media too, guys, when I talk about it. And I'm going to share a video. I'm working on getting this back up, this post, but I have this great video of what you can do with your photos once you take them to literally change the mode. Here's what I did. It'll take you 20 seconds to take a photo like this. And did you see the difference? Did you guys see that? Tell me if you saw that. The photo went dark. Do you see how it just kind of instantly lit up? And you can do this on your iPhone for 20 seconds. So I'm going to give you a 20-second hack post. I'll let that comment afterward because I want you to see, if nothing else, some trips. Because most of us just need to lighten our photos, especially for social media, right? Those are the feeds that we're really attracted to. Next step, and this is the hard step, and this is the one that I don't see anyone doing. You got to build your promo offers. What do I mean by that? You got to put your website in all the places people would be searching, right? You got your gorgeous website, you got your gorgeous brand, you got your gorgeous portfolio. Step 1. Then you got to put it in all the places. Houzz, all the social profiles, Yelp. There's so many places you can put your website for free or list it. Your Google My Business is essential. Make sure you put all those gorgeous photos that you worked on in there, all your keywords. Make sure your profile looks wonderful. And then pay to play. Consider doing a Google ad in your area, especially if you're brand new, that goes to that specific service. So here's what I see people doing. I search Google for a stager near me, or a designer near me, or an Airbnb designer, or a color consultant. You name what it is that you're searching for. Let's say it's a home stager. And the ad that the stager's doing takes me right to their homepage. Don't make them click twice. That ad should go right to your service page. That person is looking for you. It should go straight to your staging service page with a click to call or a scheduler, just something right away. Here's an example that I would do. This you can do in HoneyBook. I talk about HoneyBook as a great CRM. Hey, do you want, because a lot of people ask me, should I put my pricing on my website? Entice them. You want a quote? Get an instant quote. What do you need? And they can put down what service they're interested in on that service page, and then they're going to get my investment guide. A CRM is a customer relationship management. It's a system that will automate working with your customers. So it allows you to create that form. It allows you to email your clients, stay on top of your projects. It's a really good, it automates a lot of the administrative side to your business. It's just technology. I have a whole separate training on that I will have probably in this back to school, but we'll see. Most of you know in all of my trainings, I have investment guides for that service. And if you don't have that for how many of you have investment guides for your different design services? Go ahead and put me or yes, 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 good. Yes, good. Should. Yeah, people, you got to look good. And this is a Canva template. So these are Canva templates I have in my training where people have, okay, client wants a quote on their vacant staging. Great. They're going to get first page talks about the benefits of vacant staging. Second page talks about the benefits of, me. It's kind of a little nice to meet you. Then it's my portfolio. Told you the bread and butter. Then it's how I work and how I communicate. Then it's the quote, my pricing. Then it's why I'm so different and so good. You're never going to want to choose anyone else but me. And I've got lots of reasons. And then, of course, some social proof, testimonials. And then I tackle frequently asked questions because that's how you deal with their objections. So this is how you kind of build that. And you can actually go to Canva and search for like investment guide and pull up a template. It won't look like this, obviously, but it could be a starting point. And then it has the call to action, right? So that's kind of an example of one. So that's kind of what you want. So those Google ads should go to that page because these are hot, hot leads. They're hot. They're the hottest. And the reason why I think Google ads are great for that, and you work with a Google rep to do this, is because you want to get in your area, anyone searching for you, you want them to find you. So if you're brand new, you can set this up, and yes, it pays to play, but that's how you do it. It goes to the specific services page with that click to call. Now, your social media ads. This is where I see people kind of going a little bit the wrong way. Their social media ads are just selling their services. And I would venture to say, how many of you, when you're scrolling your social, want to see sales ads selling product? Just want to see sales, sales, sales. How many like to see that? Anybody? I don't, yeah, nope. Good. Thank you, Darcy. I should have said, how many of you don't like to see it? That's all of us, pretty much. Okay. And that is true for pretty much all of us. So how do you kind of get to the no like friend zone? You got to give them something awesome that's tied in with that service for free. And you can do that. It's not hard in exchange for their email. So I'm going to give you something awesome in exchange for your email. And that's the difference. Do you guys see the difference between a Google ad, your hottest leads? They're actually searching for you. So you do want to sell yourself. To social media, it's just a scroll, scroll, scroll. They're not searching for you, but they may run into something that's really cool that they may want. And the cool thing about social media is you can set up your parameters locally and get that. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So let's talk about social media. How many of you struggle with what you think you should be doing on social media, but you're just not? Anyone here? Or you feel like you're spending way too many hours of the day on social media with very little results? Yeah, I hear you. Don't beat yourself up. I've got some solutions for you. First, Let's focus on the social media that will make you money and build your email list. Let's focus on that, and then we can talk about organic. It's better to do those promo offers. These are your lead funnels. Then spin your wheels on organic posts. Now, we still know we need to have organic posts. We can't have our feeds look dead, but focus on those promo offers. So organic posts are important, but they're not financially beneficial as much. So this is what a promo offer looks like. I told you. Let's say for staging, I have a Facebook, or when I say Facebook, it's Instagram too, you guys. Instagram is even hotter, but you do it for both. You can work with Instagram, Facebook people. They will help you this. Um, so Instagram, Facebook, targeting local agents who make 150,000. You can specify how much they make. For my designers here on the line, yeah, you want your local people, your local affluent people. You got to give them something that they want. So that's the secret. If your ads aren't working well, maybe you're not giving them something juicy enough. Something juicy. I'm going to give you some examples. And then when you give them something juicy, you got to keep giving them. Have like an email series. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Of keep giving them goodness very gently. We're getting to that 7 touches. Remember that? And then that way, credibility is created, guru status is created, and my fans and referrals and clients are born. So this is semi-juicy. A lot of you have access to this. Any of my stagers on the line, the Real Estate Staging Association creates a consumer guide to real estate staging. This is pretty good. So somebody who wants a guide to staging, they've already created this PDF. It's nice and it's free. So you can go to Real Estate Staging, Real Estate Staging Association.com and get this for free. So you can use this as a juicy guide. In my training, what I think is a little juicier when it comes to staging is a top dollar guide for staging and selling. Now, I tell my members they can name it whatever, name it something juicy. This is how you're going to make, notice I'm speaking to what they want. Here's how you make the most money. How are you going to make the most money on your home? People don't care about a quick sale as much anymore. How do I make the most money? How do I get the best price? And so that's what this does. This is a guide, and it's even geared towards agents because at the end of the guide, it's co-branded, meaning the agent can get more listings because the stager brands it with the agent, and the agent can give it to their sellers and say, here's my tips, here's my stager's advice if you want to give them a call. And so it's kind of co-branded for them. So here's an example of how that works. Somebody clicks on your juicy giveaway. It goes to a landing page on your site. Here's a landing page. They click on, and on that landing page, the button should say, yeah, give it to me. And there's psychology involved in that, by the way. This is a landing page on one of our websites. We have these landing pages on our sites. Then it opens up a pop-up where they give their name and email. Yep, give that to me, and a photo of what they're getting so that they're kind of compelled to do it. And then it takes them to the goodie. And then you can kind of send them other goodies like a red flag checklist, a staging cheat sheet. There are things like this. This is just for staging, or an open house checklist. So these are examples of in the staging training of what I have, that kind of more goodness in the email systems. So you're speaking to the target audience and you're kind of filling their needs. The freebie must solve an immediate problem, pain point, or desire. Because can we all agree? Put yes in the chat. There's so much noise online, so much noise. It used to be, you guys, I've been doing this so long. It used to be people could on their website sign up for my free newsletter. How many of you have signed up for anyone's free newsletter, like ever in the last 10 years? I joke, but it's true. We have to get better. So we have to speak to a problem. What is their immediate problem? What is their pain and how can we answer it? And we have to provide that quick win with the guide. So in Airbnb, we do this. A big problem that hosts have is how do I furnish the Airbnb? So the Facebook ad is sign up for my critical inventory checklist. Critical inventory checklist. I tell people they can name it anything they want. And this is in the Airbnb. So if you're doing that, you got to give them something. So these are just ideas. This is a landing page again, like on our websites, we have these landing pages built. There's the pop-up, they sign up, they get their checklist. Color people. How many of you, I talked about, Erin's story where she just wants to focus on color. Free color guide, how to pick the right paint color. Because can we all agree that's people's struggle? Yep, give that to me now. Design, elements of great design. So these are all just landing pages that we have on our website for people so they can plug it into their email system and build their email lists. But you can do that yourself. And this is kind of what I'm recommending. Pick your first signature system, build this yourself, and then drive traffic to it. I'm going to get to the point of how you drive traffic in just a bit, but you have to have this foundation. When you have this foundation, it works while you sleep. How many of you in the chat would love your marketing to work for you while you're sleeping? Put me. Yeah. So, and it allows you to always stay in touch, right? Now we got their email. We want their email. That way, when we're busy and we get this great staging project, and all we have to do is we only have time to throw it on our Instagram, I can send an email to all my followers. Check out this home before and after. And a link to my Instagram. If you love to see before and afters, you're gonna, you can just send them an email. You're just touching them. It's so much easier to do that once you have the list. It allows you to capture, build credibility, and it is an internet norm. I know you guys know it. Sprinkle these calls to action on your website. How many of you have a call to action on every page of your website? How many of you? I'm really curious because I've got over 100 of you. Darcy, awesome. Jody, good. If you have one of our websites, I know you do. Lisa, you are a superstar. People forget this. And you know what? Even on my site, I go back and I look at my pages. Yeah. And I go, oof, I got a list. So we have these blocks that people can slide in to their sites. And I recommend just creating these blocks that you can save. And I don't know what website builder you use. I don't really, but I know most of them. You can create these kind of cool blocks that have those pop-ups where they can get those things so that you're building your email list on every page. Because then that means I have one job, and that one job is to drive traffic to my site. That's really what I want to do. And you don't stop at one call to action for each service. So in my color, I recommend, okay, you got a color guide. We have a paint finish guide because some people have different needs, right? Some people, a color guide would be sexy. For others, it's this paint finish guide. This was kind of what Erin did. It's a postcard that we created in Canva. It's a large, oversized postcard. You can print, and the other side kind of sells the color consultation. But the Sherwin-Williams and Benjamin offices have that up. She can give them to them, and then they can give it to their clients who are struggling with what paint finishes to work. So any of you who do color consulting, this is an easy way to grow that side of your business because color consults actually lead to design work pretty easily. Okay, I'm excited to say, because I know that I told you these lead promotions need to get sexier. We just added a sexier one to the color training. It's coming in this week. It's called the 6 color mistakes. Remember I told you sometimes you have to speak to a fear that people have or a pain that they have. And what are people afraid of when it comes to color? Making a mistake. So we have these 6 color mistakes and how to do it because the money is in the list. So you got to remember those promos. You got to sprinkle them in. It's going to drive traffic to your site. Your email list you own, your website you own. You do not own social media. How many of you on this line, tell me how large is your email list? How many people are on your email list? I'm just so curious. Yeah. I love it. Transparency, you guys. This is great. Oh, Eve, you are awesome. Nice. Nice. If you have over 100, you are well above the norm. I just asked this at the RESA convention to well over 100 people, and there's very few. So you're not alone. There's no shame in this. But I should have mentioned. So when you have this guide, then you can create, and this is what we have in the color training, these posts that we can sprinkle throughout the year driving traffic to the guide. This is my social posts, my Instagram, Facebook. And you see, we created these in Canva. So all people need to do is tailor them to their brand, download them. And in Canva, you can schedule. I'm going to walk you through how to do that in the bonus that I'm giving you tomorrow. And then you email. Your first email, you just provide the thing that they wanted, and you introduce yourself, a little bit about you. Second email, maybe give them some tips that have to do with that service. Third email, you tell the ugly story about the client that did everything wrong. Remember, you got to speak to the pain. Fourth email, maybe showcase a success. Faith email, maybe another resource. I told you that's why we provide a few. And then you always PS your pitch. PS, if you want to avoid the costly mistakes of picking the wrong color, I'm happy to help. Click here to schedule a consultation. It's that gentle because who likes to be over salesy? Not me. So then you build your social profiles. This is the next step of our dirt. Be selective. You only really need to pick a couple. It's really just kind of LinkedIn and Instagram, Facebook, which is kind of the same. And then the good news is you can create your house, your Google, your Yelp, your Bark, your Pinterest profile, and you could kind of let them be. So if you've been spinning your wheels on all of those, you don't have to worry about it. But once you put in that work today, tomorrow you'll be busy. And your good dirt, like I said, will work while you sleep. So then we got to plant the seeds when it comes to social media. And that is just being a good stalker. You know, consider the market, research like pages. If you're connecting with agents, connect with agents that are friends of yours already, friend them, and then connect with their friends because they already have friends. That's the easy way to do it. Because how many of you, when you get a friend connection on Facebook, ever allow anyone that isn't already a friend of one of your friends? Anybody? No, we don't. We only allow, but I only need them to be friends with one of my friends, and then I'll be a friend, right? So that's how it is. Just subtlety, salesy, seeds. Is it just seeds? And you don't need to spend that much time doing this, but this is how you kind of grow your following. You follow other people on Instagram and connection. It is that 7-touch rule and the domino effect. And I already kind of mentioned this because you show as a shared friend. That's Facebook. Um, and this way your posts are likely to get in front of them, and Instagram as well. All right. So be present in your chosen channels. Celebrate the little wins. Be credible with design tips. Talk about trends. When you talk about things like trends, you're building your credibility. You put yourself out there, and do video. Reels is hot. My post that I'm giving you, the bonus, shows you how you can take each post and create a reel out of it really easily. Mixcam app is another thing. How many of you are familiar with the Mixcam app? If not, put no in the chat. Mixcam app, it's free. Put no or yes. I'm curious because I think this you will love. Okay. When you do a job, staging, because I told you branding's all about you. A lot of us in our staging job will go through the home on video and then we'll post that, which is cool. But the Mixcam app, you see what it does here? It has, and I don't look very flattering in this, but it has, you can walk through and talk about it, and it videos you talking through the home. So it's just another great way to mix up your videos and your reels that you're posting, showcase your work, the homes that you do, and also brand yourself. People they're really curious. They want to get to know you and have fun with it. So every single staging and design job, just really quickly run through and do one of these. So here's the posting formula. A lot of people don't really, we're all kind of willy-nilly when it comes to our posting, but it should be thoughtful, helpful, enlightening, entertaining, relatable, action-oriented, and inspiring. We're solving problems, we're improving lives, we're giving, trying to make it about them and speak to the struggle. I always talk about that. And then I have a call to action on quite a few of your posts. Go to my bio to read more. Go to my bio to see this. So here's some examples of some good ones. Helen Bartlett. I love that she talked about one of the jobs, and she showcased the before and afters. This is on Facebook. Buyers can see the value. She talked about how she struggled with this one. People want to hear the vulnerability. People love the vulnerability. Or sometimes it's just a simple post like, this is just one of my favorite jobs to date. Or I love Stephanie. She's was in her training. She didn't know what to post, and she got her Sherwin-Williams box, and she's like, I'm so excited to have this. Or how about a photo of the outside of the favorite place that you like to shop that's local, some of your local haunts? I love Stage to Sell Home. He is wonderful. I love his stuff. He says, I'm a cheater, but only when it comes to moving furniture out of the way for the perfect shot. So he is always on his social. So if you want really good ideas on social posts for staging, my friend here is good. Here's another one where he just showcases the top listings. Do you notice what is missing? Any of you in the chat, do you notice what's missing in these posts? In a good way. They're not salesy, right? It's about their journey. It's about what they're doing. And people just love their photos, right? But you really do need to put your photo in there. Do you notice his photo was in there? So you got to put yourself out there. Marketing is a numbers game. So let's talk about the mistakes people make and how you can avoid them. We're in too many platforms and we don't do any of them very well. It just feels overwhelming. How many of you sometimes feel that way? Or our branding's not thoughtful. Our Facebook ads, we just kind of do boosted posts. Don't ever boost a post. They have to be very strategic. Yeah, you guys heard me. It's too much time just chatting with other stagers. I see other people do this. Okay. So consistency, varied, intentional kind of wins the day. So my formula, I always think you want to post kind of in buckets so you don't look too the same. And that is, educational, always. Inspirational, success stories, quotes. People love that. The story, vulnerable, talk about you. Entertaining. People sometimes like entertainment. It's okay to just be funny, experience life outside of work, right? Pulling back the curtain. People really want to see that more. And then you can put your promotions in there. You just sprinkle them in. And that's the ones that'll drive traffic. So how do you automate your social media? There are how many of you guys use multi-posting tools? Or, so that your posts that you create can go on all your platforms? Anybody? Oh, I see. I should have. Now I got the maze on from other things. Buffer is one. Later is one. Plan lets you just create inside a tool so that you can schedule. How many of you use a scheduler? Canva. Oh, somebody says they use Canva. Yeah. Let you. How many of you schedule bulk your posts and create it all at once? Yeah. Just put yes. I'll be curious. Eve. Well, Eve with the 1,500 people on her email list. Case in point. Eve, send me an email after this. I got to hear about your business. I love it. She's got an email list of 1,500 already. And yes, she schedules her posts good, bulks them good. Because that's how we save time. We get paid according to our time. So instead of just doing one, can we put together 20 at once and schedule out the next 20, saving ourselves time? And Canva does help you auto schedule. Somebody asked that. It is good for that. But here's the problem. You will get too busy to post that formula consistency, especially because we get paid according to our time and then we start getting busy. And no posting means we're not reminding clients that we're there. So then we get really busy and then all of a sudden we get crickets and we panic and then we start marketing and then we get really busy and then we get crickets and we panic. So no posting kind of makes your business look out of touch and we're just not filling that pipeline. That's kind of the cycle. I've tried all of these things, you guys. Personally, I had that same problem. I invested in templates, photos, tools, and I just found I didn't have time. How many of you have invested in kind of tools like social media stuff and templates and marketing stuff, and you didn't even have the time to use them? Anyone in the chat, go ahead and put me. There's just no tool that would do it all for me. Yeah. So I agree. I did the same. So I had the same frustrations. I hired somebody to do it for me, but it's very, very expensive. I know you guys know this. The first company I hired, they were cheap. They were out of India, but the quality was terrible, terrible. Immediately not a fit because remember, we're in the image industry. Then I looked at other companies that would do the 12 posts per month. And they all seemed a little pricey. $700 is not in my monthly budget. As a stager, I know it's not in my stagers' budgets. I was looking for solutions for stagers. Here's another one where it's $1,500 a month. And that's just not in most of our small business budgets. Can we all agree on that? So I also didn't like that they didn't really understand my industry. What made them think that they knew design and staging? And a lot of them didn't let me control or edit the posts. They just would post it and then it didn't look good or it just didn't speak to my brand. I just didn't trust that it would be image conscious and that they got me. So this was always my problem. And the truth is most small businesses just can't afford a social media manager and they can't hardly even afford these services. Do you guys feel my pain? Have you been in these shoes? Personally, I knew stagers needed someone to make them look good. And so I found a team that started with doing my own brand who totally understands this industry and creates these kind of posts. So these are posts that have to do with the relevancy of our industry. So I'm going to show you some of them. These are actually posts that are going out, I think, in the next month from my social media Done For You product. So they created, so far, I told you what's hot this time of year. They speak to things that are certain times a year to keep relevancy. These are kind of the generic posts that they pull out. The 2025 color forecast, who's picked what so far? The latest real estate staging statistics. These are things we want to put down. So my team understands that, and they put these posts in. The Las Vegas market. Even if you didn't go to market, we have the ability to shop trade, and we do stay on trends. What are the hottest trends from market that was recently last month? Painting your front door one of these colors will get you more money in the sale of your home. That's statistic. Summer to fall, how to transition your home. So it's just some design tips. So these are just the posts, like I said, for this coming month. Design tips for an endless summer at home. Maybe you're holding on to summer. Let's hold it. Here's my advice to you. So when the team created these things and understand the industry, my time was completely freed up to do what I like, but I looked present online. And that's kind of the secret, right? Being present, being freed up. So it's kind of that perfect social solution. It's the social media platform I created that allows you to connect your 3 favorite profiles, post all at once. Plus, you've got my personal design team that's going into your account and populating it with a mix of 12 posts, like the ones you just saw, every month, 3 posts a week and three of your profiles, so 9 posts using that posting formula that I talked about. It's been kind of a lifesaver for people. This is why I came up with this. There's a social calendar in the portal. It's a Canva-like, save your questions because I'm going to get to them. It's a Canva-like editor. So if you're familiar with Canva, it works just like Canva, and it allows you to easily edit all the colors, text, images, edit the link. But most of the people that use this portal, all they do on Monday morning is log in. This is what what the calendar looks like, and they click approve. Approve, 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 approve. And in 1 minute, they've got just 3 generic. So that's just taken care of in their social. They're looking present because it's still really good, you guys, for you to post your jobs and things like that. I'm not telling you not to do that. But sometimes we don't have time to do that and our feed goes dead for weeks and months on end. You all told me that. I understand. It happened to me. So it's as easy as doing that so that you're still touching your clients. Oh, Jody, you're so sweet. I didn't know. I didn't even. She's like, this was a lifesaver for her. She's been using it for well over a year. Jody, you were one of the ones that had all the calls to action and a big email list. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's what it looks like. Just so you know, if you want to edit it, you hit edit, and you can edit all the text. You see, this was the one, our favorite whites. You can edit all the text, and what I tell people to do is on the bottom put, for more tips, go to my website. Have a link to your site, and you could do more. You could schedule it as a story. You could send a mobile. You could schedule it, and you can even click on the image itself and you see this is our Canva editor and completely swap out the image with one of your own if you want. But you don't even have to put that work in. You can just hit approve, approve, approve. So it's completely editable, which solved my big problem working with those companies. And it also allows you to create different sizes. So you can create stories, Pinterest, graphics, it resizes it all. So I told you the color forecast, how long would it take you to create, number one, this beautiful graphic, and then number two, doing all of the verbiage. So they said, get inspired. Here's the 2025 paint colors so far of the year. And they list the ones that are new and listed. Tell me what your favorite one is. Yeah. Reese's statistics. Here we go. Did you know? And it speaks to the struggle. Staging isn't just about that. Ready to make a difference in your home. People could put a link to their site. Latest Vegas hottest trends. And this is kind of what these posts looks like. I'm just giving you an idea. There's a lot of work and time that goes into this thing. So, and I'm going to give you a link. Don't worry. After this, I'm doing a special on it too. I'm going to get to that, but I want to show you it first. I'm in the portal of the My Ideas, and I don't know if I'm hoping you could see this, but I'm scrolling on some of the types of posts, and you can see all of the verbiage. Hopefully you can see this video. I don't know if it's scrolling for you, and all of the posts that go in. And then what I find is people who have been using this, because we've been doing this service for a few years. The people that have been doing it even a few years ago, they kind of repost. You can reschedule, or you can make a post evergreen, and they repost it, this time every year. So they're busy, they can use more of them. Uh, so, whoops. It also curates designer and stager related content, which I actually really love. That was kind of a bonus. So you could go into the portal and you could say it has all content for technology, leisure, home and interior. I wasn't a huge fan of those posts don't look nearly as good as what my team does, but it kind of curates ideas for both interior and real estate, which is kind of cool. It also curates ideas for the days of the week and what's that day. Maybe it's your National Love My Dog Day, and that's a great idea for you to put a photo of your dog. So it does give you lots of good ideas. One of you said you run out of ideas, and so it's all in there. It'll also tell you, you can also comment inside the portal to people who are commenting on your posts. So it's kind of a stop shop, because you can schedule, post to all your feeds, comment inside. You can see what your reach is for each one of it. So it has measurements, statistics, so you can see what's working, what's not. And if it's working really well, let's say one that it'll say, "Ooh, that one worked really well. It was a green one." See that little arrow there? You can actually hit repost and say, you know what, I want this to go repost next month or next week, especially if you're doing a special. It's a portal that when somebody signs up for my social media done for you product, this is a service that I'm telling you about right now that we offer to people. It's a multi-posting tool. It's a service. It's called Social Done For You. It's a service. We're doing a special on it. It's $119 a month for 12 posts in all of your feeds, and you have my social media team. All you need to do every Monday is hit approve. The post can be easily edited, added, like I said. So you, instead of spending hours a week creating posts like you were doing this, creating content, you spend 5 minutes. And right now we are doing a special. We're opening the doors on it. We're doing a special where we're waiving the setup fee. So there used to be a $99 setup fee so we can set up your account. We're waiving it completely so that you can get in there. You can get your posts come Monday. Mondays are like Christmas morning, so you have the post for the week. You can hit the approve. You can do your edits and see if you like it. You can cancel anytime. So there's the coupon code. Thank you, Sophie. She put it in with the link. I'm going to send an email too to follow up. So this is really perfect for those people who are really busy or they're just overwhelmed with their social, which I know some of you did. Your post can be saved. It's a tool. It's an incredible technology tool that we provide. Thank you, Erin. She's got that you have access to that populates your feeds, gives you these posts. You don't have to, if you don't like the post, don't post it. No big deal. It's only $119 a month. It's a lot cheaper than a social media manager or any one of those services. It lets you control every bit of it, and it looks really, really good. I got this testimonial just Monday from my girl Kristen. I ran into her at the real estate staging convention, and she's like, I love this service. It has proven to be invaluable. Maintaining consistency and impact is super challenging. But since I started using the Truly branded Social Done For You, I'm confident that at least 3 posts a week go live in my platforms. I appreciate the flexibility to adjust them. The tool is so user friendly and it's transformed how she uses her social media. I love it. There's nothing. It is really the only thing. And it was not easy for us to create this, you guys. I created it because I felt your frustrations. I work with stagers and designers every day, and they're frustrated with social media. They don't know where to start. They're frustrated with looking good. They don't look present, and they want to just a place to start for their business. And also my busy stagers, like I said, and veterans, they don't want their feeds to go dead. So there's nothing like it. It's kind of you're never reinventing when it comes to your social media. Oh, thank you, Michelle. You're sweet. Um, and so the pricing details, it'll work for your personal Facebook. It has to be a business Instagram account. Most of you know that. It's $119 a month. Like I said, you're getting the wave setup fee till Friday at midnight using coupon code Easy Social. There's training area, there's bonuses, there's added goodies, but you're gonna Monday morning, if you connect your profiles, which we're gonna walk you through how to do, takes you literally 10 minutes to connect your profiles. Once we get you your login for the portal, You connect your profiles, and then you get every Monday, you just log in and hit approve. Meg said it's been a huge help and time saver because it's really about saving you time. I talked this workshop is about how can we automate some of your marketing. This is a step in automating in the right direction. Um, it allows her to kind of keep her clients informed, keeps it business. She kind of looks alive. And she said the feedback that she gets is fantastic. And I opened up with a story from Eve where I told you she says her social media is the talk of the town. Now, that's not all the social media she does. I recommend you take those promos that I walked you through in this training and you sprinkle them. It's easier to sprinkle them in amongst these other posts when you're not selling purely. That's how you kind of get there. Yes, Veronica, of course you can sign up and you just set it up, but you would want to connect your posts right away. I recommend you kind of might want to wait to do that. It's really for getting if you want to have those social profiles kind of connected, and you can cancel at any time. Yeah, we don't hold anyone hostage because this is meant to be a real help to your business, which it has. I told you no contracts. It's a 7-day easy email cancellation guarantee. It's a monthly subscription. It's just a month to month. Cancel anytime. All the posts need to be approved. We're not going to put anything in your feed without your approval. You have complete control. So you can pay this week. You can start Monday. It's business pages. I should have said that. Only connect. So this is for your staging and design business. That's how you connect it. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn is really the best posting size. It's only, I get this question a lot. Do you have this for my industry? Yeah, if you don't have any followers, this will help. But remember, this is how you kind of focus on start building your followers too. Yeah, if a lot of people do this, they set up the social, but they don't post. They don't have anything to post. This is how you get started and getting those followers. And it is perfect for our industry. It's design, it's staging, it's trends, it's color, it's e-design, it's real estate specific. Here's the kind of the training. I kind of walk you through step by step how to connect your posts. It's not hard. And then it takes like 5 steps to I'm giving you kind of an overview of the system, but it's very, very user friendly. And that's it. It's not. So Catherine, here's the deal. These posts are not custom to you. They're custom to a handful of people across the country. So here's the thing that people don't realize. There's billions of people all over the internet, right? When you post, like, even though we've been doing this for a long time and there's 40 stagers and designers across, we have categories and groups. There's 40 stagers and designers posting these posts across the country. None of them have ever seen any overlap because none of them have overlap. And if you, by on the off chance, do have overlap, we have 2 groups. We can put you in a different group where you have overlap. That's how we keep it so cheap. So it's not customized to your business, it's customized to our industry. You create the posts that are customized to your business if you want, but at least you're getting these beautiful posts in your feed. You're touching your client customized to our industry that look good and make you look good. You don't need a website to set up first. I have a lot of people who just, do their social first to get it going. But that's how we're able to do it so cheaply. Because how many hours do you think it would take you to create those 12 posts with beautiful graphics, all the verbiage with the emojis and the hashtags? Yeah, if you're trying to get your staging clients through your mortgage broker business, yes, it would actually be really good to put it on your mortgage broker pages along with your other stuff because now you're pivoting your business well. And they're going to get hot tips. They're going to think that you understand that staging and design. It's going to look good. Thanks, Gina. It is ideal for people with a following. Of course, those are like the perfect people, but I've had people with 0 following do it, and this is how they build their following. I'm just telling you kind of where this kind of fits. Every kind of 40 to 60 people out of billions online will have the same posts. Big deal. So they're not custom. That's how we keep it cheap. So it's like you're getting a professional social media manager without the price tag. Yeah, the product doors. So I always try and kind of open it and then close it because it's easier for us to focus on the batch of people that are coming through and get your connected, get everything going. I got my girl Beth; she's awesome on that. And then our team kind of works on, starting to get fill your posts. Yeah, you go in and you edit the generic posts, you customize them with your images, but sometimes you won't even have time to do that, but you can. I want you to. I want you to change it as needed. I want you to include a link to your website for your Facebook post, and I want you to include a link to your bio, go to my bio, a call to action. That's the only kind of customization I would say I recommend you do. And I have training in the training on that. Roz, yeah, we do have posts for eDesign too, because I know most you all do create concept boards for your clients. And so we do have posts that showcase eDesign boats here and there. Yeah. And you know what our eDesign stuff looks like. It's gorgeous. Yeah, Jody, it's great. Jody even said Jody uses it. She says she does go in there Monday mornings and she changes the color to her brand colors. So smart, Jody. Love you. Um, but I just know that so many of you just don't have the time. So I said, you don't have to. A lot of people I see go in there and they just hit approve, approve, approve. And then others go in there and they just edit and then they add some of their own. And the cool thing is you can upload your own stuff and it's a multi-posting tool and schedule it. And the calendar will tell you the best times to post. So it's really useful in general just for managing your social media. Lisa says she's doing more residential commercial design. Oh, good. You're taking the STIR course. She'd want the posts. Yeah, good. Yeah, we do focus on Airbnb as well. And I'll tell my team that as well. We always look for feedback and we tell the team. No, Catherine, you have to sign in. We are not signing into I walk you through once you log in, once you pay to go in, I walk you through how to connect your Facebook. It's really easy, your pages. If you already have that browser open where you're logged into Facebook and Instagram, the system will kind of recognize that. You just log in and approve. Because getting to where you want to go, it really doesn't just happen. It takes careful planning, productivity, motivation, and sometimes you just need to pay for that. Because remember what I said, marketing is connecting subtly. These posts do that. Reminding people you're there, these posts do that. And getting to the know, like, and trust you. These posts are filled with advice, inspiration, and it's getting to that 7 touches. So it curates all that for. Yes, we actually do have the hashtags in there for you. We do all that for you. Like the one that was the top paint colors of the year, 2025 paint colors. How many people right now are searching that hashtag on Instagram? Absolutely. 2025 paint colors, and your post is going to come up. That post will come up. So we're really careful about that. Catherine, you connect your profiles to the system, and then when we put in those posts every week, you just hit approve. Yeah. So you can add posts. All right, I mentioned that. So here, when you do go to pay, and hopefully Sophie's online, she can give you that link again. It's in the chat to the product, so you can get more information. There it is, social done. You can click on that link. It'll open up in a different tab. Use the coupon code Easy Social to waive. So it doesn't even cost you to actually just get those posts on Monday. Like it costs you, the setup fee is waived. So you're just paying for that month. So you get a month of posts. If after the month you go, not really a fit, just cancel and you just paid $119, but you still got your 12 posts. It's that easy. Yeah, it is kind of formatted for Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So it's really good for all those 3. You can schedule your posts, yeah, throughout future months even. Somebody asked that. Any other questions? You guys are great. Sorry I went long. Wonderful questions. Yeah, we do it by the week because we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, and we also want to make sure we're making sure those posts are fantastic looking and we approve them ourselves. No, we don't help with the working directly with Instagram, setting up Instagram or Facebook. Our business pages for you guys. Yeah, Instagram alone would be awesome. Your Instagram business page would be great. Highly recommend. It's a great start. Justina, yeah, we do have color. We try and showcase it's very timely to the year because we're going to talk now a lot about trends, fall trends, all that sort of stuff. Because that's what people like to see. You guys were great. Cheers to you. Thank you so much. And hopefully I see you in the next workshop. Have a good night.